What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, druuill, and I'm back at you with another video. Let's talk about it. All right, this video may be a little bit different than you used to, but we're going to talk about it anyway. All right, we're going to talk about it. Don't be larger than life to watch bugs. That's right, I said it. Don't be larger than life to watch bugs, okay? They are only a miniature manifestation of life, okay? Bugs are only a miniature manifestation of life. That's it. All right, that's it. Bugs are only a miniature manifestation of life. All right, they operate the same way people do. They got their inner networks, their connections. Okay, they got their the head people. All right, they got chief ants, warrior ant, the queen ant. They got all those different types of things going on within their little system. All right, and the way they operate with each other. If you would study like ants or study bugs, they'll walk up to each other, dap each other up, say what's up to each other. What they're really doing is they're transferring information with their little antennas. All right, but it's just like us walking up to it. Yo, what's up, homie? Pow, pow, pow. All right, I'll see you later, player. All right, and you just keep it. They keep it moving. All right, it's basically the same thing, but it would benefit people to have time. Okay, this is why back in the day, like when I guess there was less control over the matrix, people had more freedom, or if people just bought their way out of the matrix. Just I guess it was slavery. Now it's modern day slavery. All right. So once you work, get your way out of modern day slavery, then you'll have enough money, right? When you have enough money for yourself to just sit back and study life and study nature and just study the way things go, you'll obviously learn more about life and how you're supposed to live. You can study the outside and learn some things on how to operate for the world, obviously, because animals aren't dumb, and neither are insects, plants, none of that. All the stuff is alive. All the stuff is another facet or a manifestation of God. So why would you not pay attention and study these things? Because that's what all ancient cultures have done. That's why they have paintings of animals and carvings and totem poles and animal art and all these things. Because I mean, the ancient Egyptians, they studied animals. Native Americans, they studied animals. Every civilization has studied animals. Dynasties in China, all those things. All right, India, everybody has tales with animals and a message with the animal. Every animal means something. Every animal some symbolic for this or symbolic for that, even down to insects too, symbolic for this or symbolic for that. China always has the animal for their new year, okay, because animals and insects are studied, all right, because they're smart. A lot of the times they're smarter than some people. All right, what they'll do is they do what they're supposed to do. All right, they're doing what God programmed them to do, and that's the difference between a lot. That's what a lot of religious people or a lot of people who study like religion or have their ideology or their philosophy, that's what they'll say. They'll say that the animals and everything else is living according to God and people aren't, because the animals are doing what they're naturally supposed to do, and people are supposed to do the same thing. But you're not supposed to live on you're not supposed to live on the level of an animal. All right, you're not supposed to live on the level of an insect, obviously. Okay, but what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to study them. You're supposed to learn from them, see what you could take from them. All right, see what God wants you to learn from studying them, because each animal has something that you can learn from, take from, and make yourself better. That's why when they have TV shows, they have people they'll turn into the animal or something, and they'll take on all the characteristic traits of the animal. That's basically all that is. You study the animal, you watch it, and then you figure out what you can learn from it. All right, beavers, they build their dam. All right, you know how long it takes a beaver to build a dam? They'll build it, they'll chop the wood, they'll tear it down, put their dam together. All right, that's a whole process right there. That's a whole process. You could learn how to you could learn how to build yourself a crib if you were out in nature by watching the beaver. Chop you some wood, get you some mud, put it together, and build you a home. All right, it's simple. You could watch what certain animals eat and know what you can eat and know what you shouldn't eat. All right, but insects. Back to the insects. Like you watch the insects, the beehive. All right, they protect the queen. Like they'll die for their queen. All right, the insects. They bees are very smart. They'll build the beehive. All right, and they'll put the queen in there, protect her, have her all safe and everything. And when you try to mess with that queen, they'll sting you. They'll all come out and sting you at once. Okay, them bees don't play, and there's no shame in their game. They will swarm you and sting you all at once. Okay, they are down and ride or die and ready to protect that queen, y'all. Okay, that's what they're about. And a lot of armies will do the same thing. That's the word I was looking for. A lot of armies will do the same thing. They will swarm you, and they will. That's what a lot of people have used for war tactics. They'll watch colonies of ants. Okay, they'll watch how the ants get down. They'll watch how the bees get down, and military scientists are doing this. They're studying animals and bugs and stuff like that, and learning how to colonize. That's where they get all these terms from: colonize, colonies, a colony of ants. All right, that's where all this stuff comes from. So when you realize what type of time it is, that's why you have to get out of the matrix, so that why you can make time for yourself to study and to learn, so that way you could pick up game from nature and pick up game from the insects and learn from life, because life is always trying to teach you something. That bee pollinating that flower is trying to teach you something. Okay, those bees, they're always busy. I just sat outside and was watching the bees one day, just watching them, because it was early spring, and like real early spring, when spring just started, and it was like a real warm day, and the bees were out there just doing their thing, and they had their whole network. They had a whole network. Everybody had their own space. Nobody was bothering anybody. You have your flower, they got their flower, and nobody in each other's way. If you see it bump into the other one, you just move out the way. And they were in harmony. No, like animals, insects, for the most part, when they're amongst each other, of course they have their little fight, but for the most part, they are in harmony. They can work together as a unit, as a whole, no problem. And if people would study that and look at that and pay attention to that, things like relations with people, things would go a lot better. Things would go a lot better. People would be able to get along a lot easier, because it would be a lot more respect, you know. And if you could see a bug doing it, if you could see like a bug having respect for another bug, you should be able to look at yourself as a human and be like, yo, as me, as the level of consciousness that I think I have, I should be able to have the same amount of respect for somebody else. And that's all it is. You're just looking at other examples of life, taking those examples and bettering yourself and bettering your life and what you should do. And that's all it is. But you have to have the time to study it. And that's why I would like to start a business, because I would really appreciate that free time, not having to work, not have to be in a job all day. I could be out in nature. I could be studying plants, studying the bugs, studying animals, insects, whatever I want to study, whatever I want to do to make myself feel good, make my spirit free. But it's good to learn, because God put something in them for you to learn. So you have to study these things. All right, you have to study these things. That's why all these ancient cultures study them. All right, Chinese, they study studying some animals and some insects. All right, because they know that they are supposed to teach them something. All right, people, like governments will study these insects and these animals and pick up war tactics and learn how to fight based off what the ants do, based off what they see bugs do, based on how they see the bugs move. And the same thing with birds and insect and animals and stuff like that. All right, how do you think they the airplanes move. They studied how the birds move when they fly the plane. That's why when you watch the airplanes fly for the war and stuff like that, they fly the same way, right up on each other, just like the birds do, just like a flock of birds, because that's how they that's how you look. You have a larger presence. That's how you put more fear in the enemy when you're all in line like that and together, and it's easy for them to maneuver, and they move as one body like that, and they're fighting all together as one. Everybody's not bumping into each other. This person is watching that person. That person's giving that person their space with their plane. They learn how. Where do you think they got that from? They got that from the birds. All right, so there's a lot of things that people are missing and people aren't getting. Why do you think they got all these National Geographic shows? They're showing you things on the surface level of them just watching animals and insects and stuff like that, but they're looking at it on the deeper level too. And so some of those documentaries, they'll get into it and they'll show you. They'll let you know what they're studying and what they're talking about. So don't be too larger than life than to learn. And when you're just outside, don't just be too larger than life to actually watch the animals or watch the insects. It's not crazy. All right, you can actually learn and pick up game and see what God has to show you. All right, go out there in nature, see what God got to show you, y'all, and you'll be surprised to see that it's a lot of things that you just been looking over. It's a lot of things that you just been paying attention to. It's a lot of things that you haven't been opening up your mind about. And we're going to get deeper into that in further videos. But I want to thank everybody for checking this video out. This is just just a little taste. I want to see how you guys feel about new topics and different topics like this. Let me know how you feel about it. Smash that like button. All right. Hit that share button. Leave a little comment. And I want to thank you guys for watching the ads, helping the channel grow. All right. And let's continue to grow and hit that like button so we can reach a wider audience. I want to thank everybody for watching this video. It's your main man, druuill. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little different. I thought it'd be creative. I thought you guys might like it. Something different for these YouTube algorithm streets. So I'll see y'all later in the next video. Peace.